Finally. Oh, finally. We can start getting into the pack proper. Look in my hand, guys. It's fantastic. Now on YouTube, I'm the Toff Man, and welcome back to some more Not the Bees. I did tell you guys, last episode, that we are... Oops, that's the wrong view. There we go, we're back normal. Next time I come back, I will have one single piece of soul sand. That is not true, guys. I'm going to have a hell of a lot more than that in just 1 second. So, I have been busy, of course, in between episodes. Busy getting stuff ready. Busy as a bee, you would say, guys. Ethereal Pure, we've managed to get. Arcane Pure, we've got as well. Actually, I need to switch these around a little bit. Mysterious Pure, on your body next to mine. That's terrible, guys. Don't ever sing that song. It's really bad. So, we have what we came for. Where is it? It's behind me. It's right here, guys. The Spirit Pure Bee, which will give us soul combs. I've actually gone ahead and done the quest to get proven frames so I can stick them into there and get as many soul combs as I want. But I don't actually need to use them now. It's just literally only the one soul comb I need, and it's not going to do it, is it? Go on, ding-a-ling for me. Do the dinger. It's not going to do it. Here we are, guys. It's called a Sandalone, and you need one soul comb. I have that. Bam. We've now got a crate. 64 crated soul sand. That is unbelievable. That is so much soul sand. More soul sand than I can actually physically shake a stick at. So we open that up, and there we go. 9 soul sand has found its way into my inventory, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Eventually, guys, we've managed to get the soul sand we need. Oh, it took, I don't know how many episodes to be able to get towards this Sinister Queen. Don't know how many episodes, but I'm actually going to go right now and get my Oblivion frame. We're going to take the Sinister Queen and the Sinister Drone we have here, because it's this that we've got to do our sort of bee breeding with now. We finally got the ability to use that Sinister Queen. We do need to get the... do we need to get the stuff from it? I cannot remember. We're going to take the bottom out. We're going to put the soul sand in, and we're going to put the nether wart on. Lovely jubbly. So if we put our Sinister Queen in there, it will say that no flowers, but it will sort its life out. So there we go, guys. That will help us out massively now. There is no turning back. We've also got the clay bee as well. We've managed to get the clay bee, but I'm just waiting for it to produce some clay combs so that we can get one of this. And then we get 16 created clay for that as well, so that's pretty decent. A metallic comb. This is something that we need to work on, like pretty much straight away. Get that iron flowing, guys. So, it's with a metallic bee, obviously, and we need a fiendish one. To get a fiendish one, we need a Sinister Princess or Drone or anything like that, and a combination of any of the normal ones. Oh, we've got an embittered one there instead. That's a 40% chance. They're all 40% chance. We've got a load of cultivated drones, so maybe we can get this one going. But I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to play around with Oblivion. I'm going to play around with the Oblivion frame for a little bit, and then see if we can't get a spare princess out of all of the hard work that we've put into this. We've got a Sinister Drone, so if we've got a spare sort of like cultivated princess or something, then we're absolutely laughing, guys. In fact, I'm going to go back right now and double check that I haven't got one of those princesses kicking around, because those guys have just been working non-stop. Now that I've got the Entei bees going, it is really, really, very, very useful for us. So let's pop over to the bees over here. And the cultivateds are here. Oh, would you look at that? We've got a couple of spare princesses in there. So a cultivated and a Sinister Drone. I've done it with a cultivated princess, so I can actually do it in the overworld. That's the reason why I wanted to do it this way around. So, bam, there we go. Fingers crossed, guys. We'll get fiendish straight off the bat. We need to make another apiary if that's the case. This, again, we're making that many apiaries that quickly that the bees over there are just not keeping up with the what we're trying to do here. But if we can get that fiendish straight away, then we really are looking. Look, we've got the obsidian already going. We've got the fiendish. Oh no, guys, we've not managed to get it, and I reckon it's actually because we've not done it in the nether, and I'm pretty sure that that is the case. We've got cultivated sinisters, cultivated sinister, and a cultivated sinister. I think what we can do. Oh, it's not going to work now, is it? The cultivator is not going to work in the nether. If we take a look at the fiendish. Yeah, occurs within a nether biome, guys. That's a shame, but not the end of the world, because we can take these, and I think what we can do is take the industrial apiary from here. Oh, it's still, I can't put frames in that. That's really annoying. I'm going to need a sinister princess. I am going to need a sinister princess. For the moment, though, I'm going to take this into the nether, and we're going to try and do it over there. The problem is if we can't get the bee to sort of like produce anything, it doesn't matter how much you put that Oblivion frame in there, it's just not going to work. So let's take the Sinister Queen out there. It'll say that it's too hot. I'm pretty sure it'll say that it's too hot. Well, let's put them in there just in case, but I'm pretty sure it'll say it's too hot, can't work. So it's too dry, too hot, not bright enough, not daytime. It just can't work, guys. It can't work in these environments, which is a shame. But let's take that out. And I think I'm going to stick the industrial apiary down somewhere. Possibly here. No, because I haven't got the overworld thing. Oh, guys. Well, I'll be back, guys, when I've got a fiendish pure going on. Finally. Oh, finally. We can start getting into the pack proper. Look in my hand, guys. It's fantastic. It's the metallic bee, of course. The metallic bee will give us iron, and it is the start of getting down that metal isle that we so desperately want to get down. So we take this metallic drone, guys. Let's go into the overworld. Oh, hang on a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Need these. I managed, actually, to get another fiendish princess because I was using this Oblivion frame in there. So I got another pure fiendish princess. Now I tried to make a fiendish princess with a diligent princess and a load of fiendish drones. It ended up an absolute royal mess, guys. It really did. It ended up with half the diligent traits, half the fiendish traits, and it just wouldn't work in the nether. In the overworld, here is where I placed it. It just wouldn't work in here either, even though I had everything right. But finally, guys, we've got to the metallic princess. We've got pures as well, guys. Pure metallic drones. And look at that, 132 generations it's taken to get to this metallic princess. Wow. That is insane, guys. So, let's go ahead and keep a close eye on these, because these are the ones that are going to be automated. And that is right, guys. Where are the rest of them? There they are, look. These are the ones that are going to be automated and giving me the combs just full on. Oh, let's go to sleep really quickly. Oh, wow. Iron, guys. Oh, this is going to be awesome. The next thing on the list as well, by the way, guys, I will go through with you in just 1 second. But because these are going to be automated, I do want them separate from everything else. Possibly near our power. That would be useful. I'm just trying to think of where. Maybe I could just get rid of this here. And put it over here. Maybe? Or at least put it somewhere over here. So if we're going to automate this, I of course want something to put it into, and that would either be a chest, or I've probably got a better idea. A chest. And then we'll make a basic drawer, because literally it's just going to give us metallic combs. There's going to be nothing else coming from this, at least nothing else that I would like at this particular moment in time. So we're going to go ahead and place the no, we're not. We're going to have it. I've got an idea, guys. We're going to have it so that it's on par with everything else, or it's in line with everything else. Let's take that off. And we'll put that back down over there. We're going to have it there. Our hoppers are going to be there. Then the apiary itself is going to be smack bang on top of it. And then we're going to put the metallic one into there. Eventually we'll get a Yente bee. We'll get this just constantly churning out what we need. It's got no flowers, of course. We can easily sort that out with the stage that we're at now, because I can get 4 of these. I can get all this bone meal. And we can churn out a little bit of an area at the back here for where these flowers are going to be. Because don't forget, it's not just going to be the iron. It's going to be copper. It's going to be everything. Anything and everything that we need is going to be over here now. So let's go ahead and place this over here. Nothing should spawn. No, it can't. Good. And there it is. There's a flower. So that should see it. Just give it a second to catch up with itself. So the metallic queen, the metallic drone. What I'm going to do for the moment, guys, is just put one of these drones in. Oops. So that I know when it's actually running out of stuff. It's not. Oh, you know what? That's because the flower is actually ore. It's not what you think it is. It's actually ore. Now I do have a piece of ore floating around somewhere. I think I left it in my chest, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. Let's go and place this. Well, let's just place this in the floor next to here, I suppose. And if we need to get it back, then we've just got to be careful. But that should now work. Yes, it is working, guys. Oh, my goodness gracious me. This is going to be awesome. Let me get them proven frames and shove all them proven frames in there so that we're just getting loads and loads of iron combs. I wish the laggage would stop, because that's going to be dangerous. Eventually what we'll have, guys, is a purely automated centrifuge setup over by what our metallic bees are going to be. Now, I'm actually going to separate these entirely. They're just going to be away. They're going to be purely separated. And because I've actually found out, using the clockwork bees, because I've got another set of clockwork bees, or I had another set of clockwork bees. I don't think I've got them anymore. But I had one set of clockwork bees there, and I had one set of clockwork bees probably there, I think. And it doesn't matter how many clockwork bees you have, it will only do 2 clockwork engines, and it really doesn't matter. If they're in the same area, I think it just works. So we're going to have to go into a different area entirely, maybe, and use those clockwork bees, maybe even the RF bees, and just have it slowly use all that power. Look at that, guys! Our first metallic comb! Oh my goodness, that is awesome. So, can we find... We get 1 metallic comb and 1 metallic grains to be able to do this, and we get 6 proven frames. That is pretty good. So it's saying here, a sink from Cooking for Blockheads can be a great way to fill a whole bunch of wax capsules quickly. These can be used to keep the carpenter full of water. What's the water got to do with anything? I have no idea. Oh, hang on a minute. Here we go. Metal. It's used in almost everything in one way or another. Start by getting the metallic bee. These will produce metallic combs that can be used to get metallic grains. Those grains can create any type of metal in a carpenter with some water. Any type of metal? Really? Let's have a look. Oh, so they can. Oh, guys. That's crazy. Metallic propolis. Honey. Beeswax. So it's saying metallic combs create metallic grains, but I don't see them as a drop here. I am a bit lost. How does this work? These produce metallic combs. They can be used to get metallic grains. Okay, how does one get metallic grains? Oh, metallic propolis. Okay, you can... Wow. So, if we were to automate this setup, we'd need 2 centrifuges, 1 carpenter full of water. This is getting expensive. This really is getting expensive. And it's only a chance to be able to get them. And it's a chance to get them from these metallic combs in the bloody first place. Look, 50% chance. So we're looking at, well, very few, I would think. Very few. Damn it. Well, anyways, what I was going to say, the next part of call is to obviously go through the redstone route. It's to get everything. So it's to get the metal, get the gold, get the lead, get basically everything on this page. We of course can't get the bee dragons at this moment in time. Killing the ender dragon once can be fun. Killing it 50 times can get some extra eggs is less fun. This is where the draconic bee from Magic Bees comes in. They'll produce draconic dust that can be then crafted into dragon eggs. That's very nice. However, wait, hang on a minute. Killing it 50 times to get extra draconic bee. So if we were to get a draconic bee, that's a draconic one. Imperial and abandoned. We've already got Imperial, that's not a problem. But the abandoned one, probably more so. Oblivion, Nameless, so we've got none of them. And Oblivion comes from a block drop. And the Nameless comes from the Ethereal with the Oblivion bee. So the Oblivion comes from a block drop. We've already got the Ethereal. Actually, it's not too difficult to get that. We've got two different types of draconic. That comes from a block drop. Why have we got two different types? I have no idea. I have no idea. Once we've done this, and the one thing that I do want to go towards is making power. And I need metal to be able to do that, to be able to create batteries, to be able to store this power when I don't need it. And because, of course, you know, when it comes to me just sitting around waiting for things to happen, we could be using that to up the amount of power that we're actually storing. That would be really, really useful. However, power is going to be an issue, and I can see this power being an issue going forwards. So we need to find some way of using the power that we've got to create much more power than we're using to create that power, so we can store that power so that we can then use that power with the other machines. Again, I think that possibly the best way of going about this is to use the peat. Oops, that is not how you spell peat. It's to use the peat engines, because you can get the peat bogs, which are manual, and they require a little amount of power to be able to work. All it does is basically put the peat down. Put the dirt down to be turned into peat. Sorry about that, guys. Phone call. I had to take that one. So, what was I saying? It was about peat, wasn't it? Well, we can put the peat down. We can get this peat bog farm doing its business and doing what it should do, which would be actually pretty decent, guys. I'm hoping that it's going to work how it used to work. I'm really hoping that is the case. In which case, we really don't need much power in which to do peat. You can just put the dirt down. It will turn into peat over time. I do believe that is the case. Could be completely wrong there, guys. But I think that's how I remember it. And, of course, that requires very little amount of power and will produce quite a bit of power, especially if we start getting some of this ash. We've got a load of propolis as well. So if we can do this, then actually I think that would be a decent way of making our first power, which is probably going to be some point soon, guys. So we're looking at this one, and by the looks of things, we need... That's in the carpenter, so that's good. We need a thermionic fabricator, which is going to require obsidian and redstone. That should be pretty easy enough to get. Sandstone, sand, glass, that's going to be easy to get as well. We're working on the redstone, actually, not too long. So we shouldn't be too far away. Flexible casing. Now, I've never actually seen this before, but it does, in fact, require emeralds. Now, that is disappointing, to say the least, because it means we're not going to be able to get to that at least any point soon, because I'm not sure if there's any way of emeralds dropping. God damn it. Now that is a really annoying thing. Wasn't there a quest to get villagers? The bee shopping. It says like all alone or something like that. Feeling a bit lonely. There we go. Look, spawn villagers. There is actually a quest where we can spawn villagers, and I would presume that we can get emeralds from these particular villagers. So 16 parched combs, 16 silky combs, which we don't have at this moment in time, and 16 simmering combs, which we do. So we've got parched, we've got simmering. Silky combs is the way forward. Let's go to sleep really quickly. I Love this pack, guys. Let me be quite honest. I absolutely love this pack. Yes, there is a lot of sort of... there's a lot of sidetracking. You get sidetracked so much because you've got to go and do different stuff before you can get to where you want to be with bees. That's awesome. Wow. Wait a minute, guys. What's... Oh, they're in there. It's okay. I thought we'd lost our princess. No, we can't lose our princess. It all got dragged out of the hopper. The thing is, if we put a Yente princess in there, it will actually put it straight to breed before the hopper will pull anything out. So there's that to keep in mind. So we've got 2 metallic combs from 1 generation of metallic queen there. So that's not great. Right, what was I doing? Silky combs, that was the one. I think we literally just have to get tropical bees. Yes. The only problem is, with tropical bees, they will require an area that is humid and hotter than what we currently have. I think it's time, guys. I think it is finally time to do something what we should have done a bit ago. And that is alvearies. Forestry beekeeping, the alveary. So we only need to make one, actually, and we get a full set of alveary blocks there, so that's not bad. It's a 3x3x3 cube, so we get enough to be able to do this. No, we don't. 3x3, 3, 6, 9. So we get 1 row. We need to make enough for 2 more rows, I think. With a row of slabs on top, it will require a large effort to make one of these, but the payoffs can be fantastic, as its output can dwarf any other option, even Gendustry, when configured properly. There are many other blocks you can use in the bottom 2 rows of an alveary to increase production or alter the internal climate that we will go over in the following quests, and I think this is a good idea now. I think we're at that stage where the overworld, instead of using these which require power, we're going to go with alvearies, guys. I think that they require no power, a little bit of manual work, but I'm not afraid of getting my hands stuck in there, guys. I'm not afraid of that. So the alveary block, we need to make one of these. Alveary. Can we actually make one, though? That's the question. Impregnated casing, yes, we can make one of those pretty easily. We've been doing that since the start. And scented panelling. We've got everything we need to actually make this. Wood planks, royal jelly, bit of beeswax, pollen, and honey. How do we actually get honey? Right, we literally squeeze these things. Okay, that's not too bad. We can do this. Guys, we can do this. It's going to be great. Our carpenter's currently using Yat, our squeezer. Currently has seed oil in it. Not enough to fill a bucket, so that's where the pipette comes in useful. Let's go and grab the pipette, which is there. And then let's empty this up. And there we go. And empty it into there. So we've got nothing in there now. All of our seed oil is in there. So if we actually take our honey drops that we get from this thing, I think honeydew works as well. Let's take a quick look. Honeydew in the squeezer actually gives us more. So it's 100, and that gives us 100. Actually, no, it doesn't give us more. But the honeydew we are going to put into there. The honey drops I'm going to actually leave. So once we've run out of honeydews, I'm going to put the honey drops into here. In fact, hang on. I'll just do it this way, so that I can add these to this. And then we're going to create a lot of honey. And that honey will be used in... Was it a carpenter? So we need to make another carpenter, if we can. Either that or... Oh, I don't think there's a way... Is there a way of taking the seed oil out? I don't think there is there? We're just going to have to use as many oak woods as possible to make use of this seed oil that's in here, I think. Unless we can make another carpenter. But I'm pretty sure we're not at that stage yet. No, we need bronze to be able to do that, which is tin and copper. And copper. Copper ingots. Oh, their uses. God, there's a lot of copper in here. The copper bee. Metallic and industrious. We've got both of these, actually, so we can actually do this pretty easily. What about tin? Actually, before I start going off on a rabbit chase again. Tin bee. Beefy queen, Vaz bee. Maybe they don't call it tin. How does one get tin? Tin grains. Oh no. Tinted comb. It won't be tin, I'm pretty sure it's... Oh no, it is. It's a tarnished bee. And that gives us a 6% chance Oh, you're kidding. A 6% chance of getting a tin comb. 6%? That's terrible. Okay, so marshy, which we've got, we can't actually use these because we're in the wrong biome for that. And a resilient, which we don't have. Industrious and robust, which we don't have. And we're intolerant, which we don't have the tolerant. Diligent and rocky. Okay. That's another rabbit hole. That's another way of going. That's to get the tin combs. But if we took a look at what we can do with the metallic grains, I do believe we can make tin this way. But yes, we can. With only 4 metallic grains, we can make tin, which is useful. With 3, we can make iron, which is pretty good. And we've got 4 metallic combs now. Okay, so we can make tin, we can make copper, which means we can make bronze. I still think it's probably a good idea to use all of this. Guys, that was almost a massive disaster. Has just struck my world. I accidentally shift and right click this and it picks it up. It sort of picks things up in your hand. So look, that didn't work. What about this? Nope. There, like that, look. You sort of pick things up in the world and then you can put them back down again. Well, I ended up doing that with this ender tank. There was another one right here. I picked it up and I put it down. I must have put it down, or I put it on top of the flux network thing, the flux cable, and it crashed my world. I could not get back in it, guys. I could not get into the world whatsoever. But I actually got MC Edit open and faffed around with it and then deleted the 2 blocks that were here. And it got rid of course, it got rid of my ender tank, but it's also got rid of my my flux thing. So, whilst I'm here, guys, I can show you. This is why I have created mode enabled for my worlds, because I want an ender tank back, because I really need that. So, an ender tank, there we go. And I'm going to pop that down there. That's what it looks like. I don't want it to look like that, but that's what it looked like. And a flux, what was it? Flux plug? For adding a, yes, for adding. So I'm going to do, right, now I can come out of game mode S. Which one was it? Was that one? No, it's that one, isn't it? So now I can put that onto there. Please select the network. Right, so it looks to be all done and dusted and back to normal. That was nearly an absolute nightmare, guys. That really, really was. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to leave that the end of the episode. We've got the metallic B. That is the main thing for this episode. And I want to... Actually, no, I don't. I'm not doing that as the end of the episode, guys. It's just not happening. I'm not having it. We're going to do something a little bit more as well. So, dyes. Any form of dye that I can possibly use would be nice. I don't think there's any other... I suppose... Oh, yeah, in a minute, guys. I think I can do it with cactus, can I? Change it into cactus green using it that way. I'm pretty sure I can. That was a complete waste of charcoal, but it's fine. It is fine. Because what I can do is change that other ender tank then to cactus green, so it's not the same ender tank. I don't want it to be the same ender tank. There we go. You see, it's drained out. What I was trying to do, guys, is get this honey. And I've got somewhere to keep the honey then. That was the aim. I would put the honey into there and the seed oil into there, and then I could just swap them out as and when I need them. So let me get rid of this. We're going to do the alveary block first before we leave. So, alveary. No, that is not how you spell alveary. There it is, and we've got one of them, so we need 8 of these. So 8 royal jelly, 8 pollen cluster, 16 of those bad boys. 8 royal jelly. Oh, I've run out of food. I've got plenty of royal jelly, guys. Absolutely plenty of royal jelly. I've got enough for 8 of these as well. And what else was it we need? Wood, was it? Oops, that's the wrong button. Just planks, so 3, 6... 8 times 3, 6, 24. And of course, oh no, I've got some here, look. There we go, guys, 28. Lovely jubbly. We can do this, guys. I can't run. I'm trying to run, but I can't. I know I've got some cooked pork chops, but they hardly do anything, guys. Right, there's that in there. There's that there. There's that there. and beeswax, that was the one. And almost had it there, guys. Almost. I need 8 of these at 500 millibuckets per... Oh my goodness, I don't think I've got enough honey. Right, let's get a stack of these going. There we go. We might be using more power than we're actually creating here, but it's absolutely fine. It's fine for the moment. Let me just do a couple of these so I can run around for the rest of this episode. I will get this alveary block done by the end of this. I will. I promise. So, right, let's grab that charcoal. Oop. There we go. So that should be... We've got 600 worth in there. So we've got 3 scented panelling. That'll do 2 more, so we've got up to 5 now. We just need to wait for more of this honeydew and all of that sort of business to come through here. So, right, I'll be back when I am ready. Alright guys, it's just finishing off the last scented panelling right here. We've just got enough of this honeydew after we piled a load of dripping combs into there. Also, I've got some metallic grains and a metallic comb, so that means another one of my quests is done. Thanks so metal. Which is pretty awesome there, guys. We get 6 proven frames for that. That is wonderful stuff. And they will definitely come in useful when I get the copper bees and stuff like that going as well. Which I will be doing in between episodes. I'm going to have, and that is going to be my mission in between episodes, guys, is to have an area probably built out here that is going to house all of my metal bees. Probably have more than one hive of a particular bee as well, because guys, we need way more combs than the 3 that we're getting per 1 round of metallic queen here, so we've got to keep that in mind. So I really do want to get more than 1 hive going at once with all different bees going through it. So we want the copper ones, we want the tin ones if we can, so that we've got all of the different ores and metals coming through the ranks. So we've got access to this here. Iron dust, copper dust, tin dust, aluminium grit. And it will actually give us 128 metallic grains for just doing 1 of each of these. We definitely want to make another carpenter, because using this for 3 different types of things. Yes, we can keep honey in here and seed oil in here, and we can possibly keep water in there. But when we want to change them around, it would be useful to have either another tank so we can keep water in it as well, or a way... Well, water can be free. Water can be free, so I'm not particularly bothered if I, pickaxe this up to go and get it back down again. So I'm not too fussed about that, actually. Come to think of it, I can leave it as it is. We're stuck with the alvearies and stuff like that, guys. We're going to be stuck behind the thermionic fabricator, and for that we need metals. Basically, that's what we need to do. So in between episodes, I am going to do that. So there we go. We've got the alveary. Alveary, the biggest, baddest bee house. That is for sure. Let's go ahead and... Where is it? There it is. So we've got this now. We get 8 more alveary blocks. Beautiful. So we can do a bunch of different things with alvearies, guys. And all of which you will see here. Very basically, all these blocks you can stick in the bottom side of... I think it's the bottom 6... Wait, hang on a minute. How many blocks is it? There are many other blocks, but these even gender string when configured properly. Can use the bottom 2 rows of an alveary. There it is, the bottom 2 rows. I was right in the first place. So the bottom 2 rows of an alveary can actually be used to place these other bits and bobs into in place of an alveary block. So what you've got here is an alveary hygro regulator. Meeting the temperature and humidity requirements of most bees is not a huge issue once you have Gendustry and extracted some both 5 genes for your template. However, some bees are stubborn and refuse to produce speciality items, the items listed in the second row in JAI, unless you match their requirements exactly. This is where the alveary can come in handy. You can combine the use of hydro regulators, fans and heaters come in. What? That is where the alveary can come in handy. You can combine the use of hydro regulators, fans and heaters come in. That makes no sense, that end bit. Heaters do what they say on the box. A single heater will raise the temperature one tier, from normal to warm, warm to hot, hot to hellish, etc. Heaters require power to function. Fans do the same as heaters, however they affect the temperature in reverse, and they will cool the alveoli. Fans also require power. Finally, the hydro regulator will affect both humidity and temperature. Providing lava will reduce the humidity by 20%, but increase the temperature by 10%, water will do the reverse. Okay. Humidity will reduce humidity by 20%, increase temperature by 10%. Okay. Multiple of these may be required to achieve a perfect match. You can always check on the operating temperature of the alveoli by opening it up and mousing over the information panel in the top left of the GUI. Not the trees. Alveoli sieve is used to collect pollen from bees. You will need to provide woven silk for this to function. Trees are not bees, and that is all I'm going to say about that. Nice. A frame for frames. The alveoli frame holder functions just like the frame slots in the apiary. However, you can automate it by piping frames directly into the block with hoppers or pipes. Multiple of these can be placed on the base 2 rows, so you can have loads and loads of frames, guys, all going at once in one alveoli. And we will be making use of this later on down the line when we've got access to applied energistics and stuff. This alveoli that we're going to be creating, guys, is going to be amazing. Here we go. Rain shield basically means it's going to stop you from stop bees from getting wet. Power all the things. That's your power socket. Plug it in, and actually basic flux storage. We get one of these energy storages by doing the alveoli transmission. That's pretty decent. Stable mutations. One mutator. The alveoli stabilizer will transform an alveoli to function much like a bee house. With one placed in your alveoli, a bee species will be unable to mutate. However, genetic information will still be allowed to cross from drones and princesses. This means you'll have to breed, say, an iron/copper drone, but don't want it to become copper. You can place it in to breed with a stabilizer until you obtain a princess/drone combination that is pure iron/iron with the traits you desire. While on the subject of mutation, the mutator will provide a bonus chance to mutation based on the items inserted. Soul Sand gives a 30% bonus, Ender Pearls 100%, and Eyes of Ender 300%. The maximum mutation chance with one of these cannot exceed 15% though. That makes no sense. What? So you get a 300% bonus, but it don't go past 15%. So use of mutation frames is advised. And yes, we will be doing all that sort of stuff as well. So that sounds pretty awesome. However, again, if we were to go down the alveoli route, it requires power. This is what we come back to each and every single time. Everything in this pack will require power. My aim for between this episode and next episode is to, like I said, get these bees going. Get as much iron, get copper, get tin, get it all coming in, and then try, next episode, come back in and make a stable power source that will give us an excess of power that will power all of our machines and anything else that we want to stick into it. Maybe then we can get into applied energistics, guys, which is going to make our lives a million times easier. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please go ahead and leave a like. Don't forget, guys, this will go out on Patreon for you Patreon followers out there 1 week earlier before it goes on YouTube. That is something to keep in mind. It does help me out absolutely massively. And if you want to support me on Patreon, you can. The links are in the description below. From $1 per month, you can get access to my videos 1 week earlier. But they do come out on YouTube a week later, so if you didn't want to do that, you might be absolutely more than welcome to wait until the videos come out. But thank you very much, guys. Until next time, be the top man as always. Stay safe.